Or is it a Reno Mage which decided to Frostbolt my face?
I'm not lonely.
I can simply take a little bit of damage if I want to. I want to set up for a really good turn. I'm going to not take damage and just trade off the board. These minions don't matter that much. He did Frostbolt my face, which is suspicious.
Feel my wrath.
The next turn I'm going off.
The end is coming.
Yeah, that's probably fine, even with a Doomsayer out. Okay, so he is a tempo, or he is a Reno Mage. His only strange play done there. Actually, it is my second one, so I should play it even slower. Could just use this turn to gain armor. It's not like I would be able to use this otherwise. Maybe both of them gain armor, but having one thing available to do damage is useful.
Someday I'll be just like you!
I don't know if you possibly picked Counterspell, but I'll use the excess mana. One of them, just to check. Seems most likely that he would pick Mirror Entity.
Time waits for no one. For the wild.
Secret's actually quite troublesome since I can't give him an 8/8.
Let's save some lives.
Cheers, love! The cavalry's here! Fight time!
The battle begins shortly, heroes.
I see.
have very much direct damage left.
10 seconds.
I'm not entirely sure how I'm supposed to like go off from here.
2, 1.
Like I kind of need to kill the auctioneer.
Battle begins.
I'll probably have to feral rage it down.
Happy Feast of Winter Veil.
The future is ours.
I have 5, 9 cards in my hand, so excess mana is good, right? Yeah.
First blood.
Impressive. With honor.
4, 6. Do I have my Jade Idol yet? No, not yet.
Time waits for no one.
I have to make sure I don't overdraw for Raven Idol. I'm gonna play a Jade Idol. Okay. Oh, it goes in that direction.
Fall in just a few moments. I hope you're ready.
Well, that was a good lesson learned. Jade Idol being the last card there was actually kind of bad. Let's see, if I played Raven Idol there, that'd be 4, 7. I would draw. I would go down to 6. I'd pick up 2 cards one more turn. That's fine. Oh, he's letting me show off. That's pretty cool.
Shamblers rise! Claim their seats!
Now you can actually still win from here, which is kind of sick.
Time waits for no one. For the wild.
I see you survived another night. How wonderful for you.
It actually buffs the Jade Golems even if you can't get a Jade Golem out on the board. Fun tip. I actually have no way to do direct damage.
For the wild.
Yay, it happened.
Spectacular.
That's pretty cool.
I'm going to be talking about everything you need to know about patch 7.15. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you do, remember to rate it thumbs up. Patch 7.15 7.15 is the first planned small patch for Legion. Now, for a little bit of context, 7.1 was considered medium, and patch 7.2 is considered big. And that's a little bit of an understatement, because according to John Haidt, 7.2 is one of the biggest content patches ever to come to World of Warcraft.
7.2 is a huge patch. It's one of the biggest ones we've ever done.
Having small patches in World of Warcraft is a huge quality of life change. Previously, say the developers wanted 5 big pieces of content in a patch. If all 5 weren't ready when the patch was ready to go, they would delay the entire patch, meaning that everything had to wait for that 5th thing to be finished, causing content droughts and very unhappy players. Now that they're planning on doing these small patches, if only 4 out of the 5 things are ready to go, they launch the 4 of them and add the 5th one in a small patch later. Everyone's happy in this situation. Well, not everyone. It's the World of Warcraft community. Couldn't have that. In patch 7.15, some tweaks are going to be made to talents so that we will actually have choices. Because in a lot of cases, it's like you take that talent or you die. And they're taking it pretty seriously. This means that they're reevaluating a bunch of talents to see if it would be better if those things were baked right into your class or your spec. So make sure you keep an eye on the PTR patch notes to see what is changing in your class. Speaking of class changes, developers are hoping to improve rotations and also add some utility back into classes that may have lost it in the 7.0 changes. A couple examples off the top of my head are that rogues are getting Shroud of Concealment back and hunters are getting traps back. I don't want to go into any more specifics because a lot of class changes are very tentative and they're going to be changing right up until the time the patch goes live, so I will have links in the info below that you can keep track of to research your class and to see what's going on, but yeah, don't shoot the messenger, okay? Okay. Secondary stats are also getting a, I don't want to say a buff or a nerf, but they're certainly getting a change in 7.15. Right now, itemization is so much more important than item level that sometimes you'll get an item level upgrade of 15, 20, 25 levels and it's not worth equipping because it doesn't have your correct secondary stat or secondary stats on it. And in 7.15, developers are trying to bridge that gap a little bit so that when you do get those big item level upgrades, you can feel good about equipping them. New legendaries for every class, some of which will be spec specific, some of which will be usable by multiple specs in a class, but every single person who's playing World of Warcraft will have a new legendary available to them in 7.15. A bunch of legendaries that are currently in the game right now are going to be evaluated for 7.15. Some of the weaker ones are going to be buffed, some of the stronger ones are going to be nerfed, and some of the ones in the middle are going to be tweaked. Mists of Pandaria Time Walking will finally be a thing in patch 7.15. There will be 6 dungeons, including Gate of the Setting Sun, Mogushan Palace, Shadowpan Monastery, Siege of Neozao Temple, Stormsow Brewery, and Temple of the Jade Serpent. Of course, with new time walking means we're getting a new time walking vendor. This time you'll be able to find him on the Timeless Isle. And guess what he's gonna have, guys? He's gonna have the Heavenly Jade Cloud Serpent, which was data mined years ago.
The enemy's terror is but a husk.
The Dark Cloud Serpent and the Dark Water Spirit are the first 2 pets that can be earned via time walking, and they will be available from the vendor on the Timeless Isle. In addition to a bunch of other stuff, that vendor is also going to offer 2 toys, including the adopted creative puppies and the portable Yasquad. The Blade's Edge Arena is getting a visual revamp, including an Ogre King announcer pack. Professions will be seeing a bunch of little tweaks and updates in 7.15, and one that people are really excited for is the reintroduction of previously unavailable blacksmithing patterns. Back in the day, there used to be different types of blacksmithing, and then when Cataclysm came and wrecked the world, it also simplified a lot of professions, which meant that a lot of those specific patterns were no longer available. And in 7.15, you'll be able to do a bunch of fun quest lines if you're a blacksmith to get said blacksmithing patterns. So for all the completionists out there, get hype, I guess. Enchanters are going to be able to craft some new necks with secondary stat bonuses. Engineers will be able to craft new engineering-only shoulder enchants. Possibly the best profession change coming in patch 7.15 is that once you get to be Conjurer Magos' best friend, you can die on that island, you'll be able to purchase Trashy as a companion pet, which is the greatest thing ever because Trashy is a treasure in World of Warcraft. runs around and causes fun. 7.15 will be introducing new mini holidays to players of World of Warcraft. These are only going to be a couple days long, and they're going to be based on events that happen in Azeroth as opposed to in the real world. They're not going to be part of any meta achievement. Some of them aren't even going to have rewards. They're just going to reward you with fun, but they seem really cool. They're not going to be replacing the holidays that are in game now, so it's just bonus extra fun stuff to do. Some of these holidays include January 21st to 23rd is the Call of the Scarabs, where everyone can celebrate the opening of the gates to Entourage. January 31st is the Kirin Tor Tavern Crawl, where all of the most powerful mages of Azeroth open portals to take players from bar to bar to bar to bar to bar. February 19th is the Hatching of the Hippogriffs, and it celebrates the one day in Azeroth where the Frey Feather Hippogriffs hatch. April 5th is the March of the Tadpoles and celebrates the day that the baby winter-freeze murlocs of the Borean Tundra complete their journey across the West Rift. April 23rd is Volunteer Guard Day, where everybody takes a little bit of time out of their day to appreciate the guards of their home city. May 8th through 10th is the Spring Balloon Festival, which takes place in Fairless. I'm really excited about this because it seems like you're actually going to get to ride around in hot air balloons and enjoy the scenery of Azeroth. May 27th is the Glow Cat Festival, which takes place in Sporegar. It's where all the Sporelings have their annual mushroom festival, and I can only imagine how that ends. June 6th through June 8th is the Thousand Boat Bash, where everybody can just go hang out on a boat in Thousand Needles and chill. And finally, August 10th through 12th is Un'Goro Madness, where all of the dinosaurs in Un'Goro are getting a little restless, and we need to go pay them a visit, because they're lonely. They're just little lonely. And those are all of the announced mini holidays, although I'm sure that in the future there will be more added since they kind of just stop in August. The Brawlers Guild is coming back in patch 7.15, and it's bringing with it all of the old bosses and dozens of new ones. There's also going to be a bunch of new rewards like shirts and this nifty Basilisk mount. Along with all this stuff, there is a new type of battle coming to the Brawlers Guild in 7.15, and it's this like multiplayer raid style boss. So sometimes when you're waiting around for your turn to do the Brawlers Guild, you'll be pulled down into the action to fight a raid level boss. Also coming to the Brawlers Guild in 7.15 is a new currency called Brawlers Gold. You can use this to buy items you can share with people around you in the Brawlers Guild arena. Invites to the Brawlers Guild are being reset in patch 7.15, so if you have one laying around in the bag from the bank, don't expect it to be there on the day of the patch. Blood-soaked invitations will be obtainable through emissary caches as well as dungeons. If 7.15 hits and you're feeling a little impatient, you just can't wait for an emissary cache or for dungeon loot, you can farm out a blood-soaked invitation from Shield's Rest in Stormheim if you're killing the elite Trifle. They know a thing about brawling if you know what I'm saying. I'm saying they dropped the invitation. It's on. 7.15 is bringing major changes for the Battle.net World of Warcraft game time tokens. So to catch you up if you aren't aware, right now you can go on and you can pay $20 and get a token which you can then sell in the auction house that someone can buy for gold and get game time. So essentially you're exchanging $20 to get gold in World of Warcraft. This person is exchanging gold to get game time. Well, in 7.15, that is essentially going to function like Battle.net currency instead of World of Warcraft game time. So this person will buy the token, put it on the auction house. This person will buy that token for gold, and they're going to have money applied to their Battle.net balance that can be used to purchase the digital goods. This means things like faction changes, server transfers, World of Warcraft game time, items from the pet and mount shop in World of Warcraft, crates in Overwatch, card packs in Hearthstone, skins and mounts and stuff like that in Heroes of the Storm. The possibilities are endless. Well, they're actually not endless. They're limited to digital goods within the Blizzard universe. You get what I'm saying, okay? You get it. No word yet on exactly how much that token is going to translate to in Battle.net balance, but if it worked the way it works right now, I would assume it would be $20 token, sell it on the auction house, get gold. This person would pay gold and get $15 applied to their Battle.net balance. Although I'm not sure if they're going to offer other options, like maybe you can buy a $10 token, a $20 token, blah blah blah. I don't know how that's going to work, but right now they haven't confirmed it yet. But I have a feeling it'll be the same sort of, I don't know, loss in value. So right now you lose 25% to taxes. So I would assume that if they offered a $10 option, you would get $7.50. If they offered a $40 option, you would get $30, etc., so on and so forth. Patch 7.15 will also be bringing new artifact knowledge catch-ups for both players who are very far behind on their mains and players who would like to catch up their alts. Compendium notes are the way that you will be able to catch up your alts on artifact knowledge in 7.15. Each compendium costs 1,000 Order Hall resources, is bind on account, and will upgrade your artifact knowledge several levels at a time, up to level like 20, although it does depend on the level of the character who is purchasing the compendium, because you have to outlevel the compendium by 5 levels in order to purchase it. So let me give you a couple examples. Volume 1 will bring you up to artifact knowledge level 5, and will require artifact knowledge level 10 to purchase. Volumes 1 and 2 will bring you up to artifact knowledge level 10 and require artifact knowledge level 15 to purchase. Volumes 1 through 3 will bring you up to artifact knowledge 15 and require artifact knowledge level 20 to purchase. Volumes 1 through 4 will bring you up to artifact knowledge 20 and require artifact knowledge level 25 to purchase. As of right now on the PTR, the max level that players can get in artifact knowledge from compendium is level 20, and that also would mean they need a character who is artifact knowledge level 25 in order to purchase those compendiums. In the future, though, it does seem like the data is giving us the hints that there will be additional volumes, although it is unlikely that they will be in patch 7.15. The TLDR of compendiums is that they are purchased on your main to use on your alts to catch up on artifact knowledge levels. Now, it is worth noting there is no point in stockpiling artifact research notes because they don't stack in that way. When you get a compendium volume, it will only allow you to level up to the maximum that you are capable of that time. So if you are level 12 and then you also have a note in your bag that would technically make you 13, and then you use compendium volume 3, that's only going to bring you to 14 because it's going to assume you're going to use that note to bring you up to 15. So there's no point whatsoever in stockpiling notes. Don't do it. Don't waste your time. The second catch-up mechanic for artifact knowledge coming in 7.1 is intended for players who are freshly 110 or do not have a character that is over artifact knowledge level 10. They'll be receiving a new quest called Knowledge is Power, which allows players to turn in 500 Order Hall resources in exchange for 1 artifact knowledge level, up to artifact knowledge level 15, meaning that if you have 7,500 resources available, you can instantly boost that character to level 15. Kinda nice. I feel like it's worth reminding you that you can currently turn in Blood of Sargeras for a 200 Order Hall cache at the trader in Dalaran, and this is bind on account. So maybe you have a couple level 110s and you can kind of compile everything together to at least get one character up to 15, because that would be good. And finally, the question that I always get asked when I do these patch videos, and that is, when is this patch coming out? And normally I would have bad news and I'd be like, I don't know. But this time, I totally kind of have an idea, because they did announce that the target timing for patch 7.15 was going to be January 2017. We also know that the first mini holiday is January 21st. So if I had to guess, we're going to see patch 7.15 in the first 3 weeks of January, and then shortly afterwards, we'll see Nighthold being implemented. So, yeah, that is like everything that you need to know about patch 7.15. If you'd like to read more about it for yourself or keep up on details as updates are made to the PTR, I'll have a link in the info below. Let me know in the comments what you are most looking forward to in 7.15. For me, it is... Oh, there's so many things. I'm excited for the token being available for other things because I'm always broke, so I'll probably buy some tokens and sell them because they'll probably be worth more because more people will want to buy them. I'm also excited for the mini holidays because I think that's awesome. I am also excited for Mists of Pandaria Time Walking. I'm excited for the new legendary coming for Shamans because it's like, makes Bloodlust better just for you. Yeah. I love when things are just for me, so I'm excited for a lot of things. I would love to know what you're excited for. Let me know in the comment section below. If you liked this video, please thumb it up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I'm gonna go. I hope you guys are all having a wonderful day. I love you all. You're in my hearts. I'll see you soon. Goodbye. 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 Right now there's a huge the entire patch would get delayed and people would be all upset and they'd be saying things like, "Woe's dying," and content droughts and I'm not gonna get into the specifics. New legendaries for every class. You get a legendary, you get a legendary, you get a legendary. Except Panzer doesn't get a legendary because RNG is not on her side. 7.15 will introduce a new time walking time. You'll be able to earn these if you're patterns that haven't been available for Cataclysm. And one does not simply forget fishing. There is a smidgen of a possibility that the Stranglethorn Bell fishing tournament is going to be returning in 7.15. said anything recently about it, but they did mention at BlizzCon that the original target date for the return of the Strago Thornvale fishing tournament was 7.15, so I feel like we should still hold out hope for that, especially for all of you guys going to the Salty title. For the Salty title, it could possibly be back this patch, but hopefully, if not this patch, next patch. I felt like it was important to mention because some of us just want to get the Salty title, okay? Okay. I'm just saying, hashtag never give up hope, fam. Stay salty.
Kill the Shamblers and claim their city.
Hello everyone, how are you doing? I am doing well. Today I'm going to be opening a bunch of mail from a P.O. box that you guys sent me because you are oh so generous. I'm super excited to see what's in there. But yes, I did get my face pierced. I know a lot of people are probably like, what's going on there? I did. I got my septum pierced, my nose today. And it didn't hurt at all, which I know a lot of people say after piercings and you're like, okay, it didn't hurt at all, because there are a lot of piercings I've gotten and they hurt. This really didn't hurt at all. I was expecting it, like it hurt more when he was like lining it up, but he's pinching my nose more than it did actually get pierced, and it's like a tiny bit irritated now, but not bad. And I got it like, I don't know, 3-4 hours ago. I don't know, it hasn't been that long, but it I think it looks cool, and I like it. Once you start moving it, you can feel it moving. It's wild, man, it's wild. But yeah, I don't know, I'm excited for it to heal and to be able to change it out. I got this like barbell with the split in it for the time being in case for some reason I don't want it in a video or something. I can tuck it up into my nose. This basically means I get to pick my nose now and nobody can judge me, or they can double judge me. I don't really care either way. But yeah, so if you were thinking about getting your septum pierced and you were afraid of pain, like I consider myself a big wimpy baby, and it really wasn't bad at all. So go for it, boo boo. You do you. But let's get into Das Mail. This is from Kaliana in Texas. The first thing in the package is a letter, and it's in an envelope, and it says, "To the beautiful unicorn, Danielle." Thanks. You think I'm a unicorn? I appreciate that compliment. Don't murder me for my blood, please. Harry Potter. This says, "Instagram me now," and it's a little plate of cute kawaii food. And then, whoa. "Dear Danielle, I really enjoy watching your videos, though I'm not really into Blizzard or WoW. I love your personality and your vlogs. I'm sorry you were a little down for a while, and I'm so happy to hear you're doing better. Your videos make me happy because you have a wonderful personality, and you have a demeanor that brings me up. I hope you enjoy this gift I made for you and Nico. Lots of love, you're in my heart, Kaliana. P.S. I promise none of them are dildos." You're amazing, Kaliana. You're amazing. And I will make sure that I say hi to Nick for you, because he appreciates when people acknowledge things freely. But that's so nice of you. Someone at BlizzCon brought that up too. They were like, "Oh, I'm really sorry to hear that you were down that day." And you know, I wasn't like making a video about being upset or depressed or in a funk or whatever because I wanted people to, you know, tell me to feel better, to feel sorry for me. It was more of like, I feel like a lot of people feel that way sometimes, and it feels like you're the only one that knows that kind of feeling. So I just wanted to share it so that if you guys ever got in funks like that, you wouldn't feel like... I kind of think that because of the window of the internet, sometimes people get this misconception that, you know, life is sunshine and rainbows and unicorn hair, and that's not always how it is. That's not to say it's not like that sometimes, but that's not always how it is. So I feel like it's important to show all sides of things and not to put out something that's kind of not representative of the reality of life. So, but since that video I go to yoga, although I haven't gone to yoga as much as I would like to go to yoga. It's because the yoga class I was going to is at the same time as my raid, and it feels kind of bad missing like 1 out of 3 raids a week to go do yoga, even though I understand I could, I just don't feel like I want to. But I also go to a therapist now like once a week, and I love her, she's amazing. So yeah, I'm doing my best to try to get myself together and to be the best me I can be, because everybody around you is affected by your personality and your aura and the vibes you put out, so I try to put out good vibes. Okay, this says, "Because Danielle said you like this in-game." What have we got in the package from Kaliana? Oh, this must be for Nico. It's a little vault boy. Oh my gosh, this is adorable. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. And this says, "Because you remind me of one of these." Is this gonna be a unicorn, do you think? It could possibly be a unicorn. Is it a unicorn? It is! I have this plushie. You can't see it, but I do have this Unicorno plushie. And I actually have a bunch of these little Unicorno figures that I collect. The plushie is up there. You can't see it, but I swear it's there. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Okay, then this says, I don't know, this one doesn't have a note on it, so I'm going to do it last. This says, because it matches your beautiful hair. Oh, is it cotton candy? What? Is this a dream catcher? Tychus, this isn't for you. I'll tell you what. It is. Is it a dream catcher and an owl, or is it just an owl? I don't know. It's amazing. This is so cool. This is so cool. Tychus, get out of there. Nothing is for you. Jeez. Nothing's for Tychus. He's sniffing like this is for him. It's not. I assume you have a dog, and that's probably why he's sniffing. Because you like her as much as I do. Who do I like? I like so many people. Oh, it's Harley Quinn. And it's like the animated series Harley Quinn. Oh, I'm scared. I'm scared her mallet is going to hit her. These are awesome. You must have worked so hard on these.
That one's pushing up
These
dates.
are awesome. Okay, and there's one last thing. There's a lot of paper. I'm sorry. There was one last thing. Is this a Snorlax? Stop it. Just do it later. That's amazing. That's amazing. These are also thoughtful. Thank you so much, Kaliana. All right, there's going to be paper noises. I'm sorry. Ah! Here, you want to sniff the paper toys? It's over there. All right, the next thing is an Amazon box. Thank you so much, Kaliana. Those were all very sweet and thoughtful. I really like the owl. I also really like the Harley Quinn. And I also like the unicorn and the t-shirt. I like everything. Thank you so much. The next thing, I'm not sure who it's from because it's in an Amazon box. So we'll find out. We'll find out. I'm cutting. Alrighty. This is from... Hi, Panzer. We all need a little Lich King in our lives. When you're out killing Alliance, he can recruit you an undead army. Under your own control, of course. Love your videos. Has his gamer tag. I won't give you that. And this is from Brian. And this is a little Arthas Funko Pop, which I already have. But, good news, Nico does not have this one, so he'll be really excited. I'll keep this one, and I'll give him my old crappy one, okay? Thank you so much, Brian. I was just... It wasn't this video. I just filmed another video, and I was talking about how I collected pops. And I have a lot. I think right now, as far as Blizzard goes, the only ones I'm missing are White Reaper, but I think it's in the mail. Then there's, like, the Deathwing that's gold. He's from, like, Pop Asia or something like that. And then there's